posted a body cam footage where they stopped Koberger in Indiana when he was with his dad. But this is just on November 18th. They later received the Washington plate, and this is the one that's registered in Pennsylvania, which does not require a front license plate to be displayed. Okay, so you don't need a front license plate to be displayed in the state of Pennsylvania. Okay, so I know that Idaho and Washington require front and back plates to be displayed. But, however, he was in Washington State University. You have to have the front and back license plates displayed in Washington State, although your car is registered in Pennsylvania. All right, so investigators believe that Kohlberg is still driving the 2015 white Elantra because his vehicle was captured on December 13th, 2022, by a license plate reader in Loma, Colorado. Okay. Now, the sole occupant of the vehicle is a white male whose description was consistent with Kohlberger's and has family in Albrightsville, Pennsylvania. And they learned that through a TLO search and locate to database query. Okay, so basically, guys, they're looking for information on his vehicle. They're learning through all of the license plate readers, all of the body cam footage, that times that he's been pulled over for a traffic stop. They're learning that the vehicle is consistent with the vehicle that was at the crime scene. So they saw his license plate, they made sure it matched, and they're wondering why he chose to take off his license plate at that time during the murders. So it's very strange because in Idaho and Washington State, you're supposed to have your front license plate on and you're supposed to have your back license plate on, right? So, okay, guys, I just read. So they learned that Kohlberger's past education included undergraduate degrees in psychology and cloud-based forensics. These records also show that Kohlberger wrote an essay when he applied for an internship with the Pullman Police Department in the fall of 2022. Kohlberger wrote in his essay he had interest in assisting rural law enforcement agencies with how to better collect and analyze technological data in public safety operations. So this guy applied for an internship with Pullman Police Department. This guy wanted to work at a police department, but he was also allegedly killing on the side. So Kohlberger also posted a Reddit survey, which can be found. Yep, I showed that Reddit survey in one of my last videos. If you guys want to go back and watch it, pretty much the Reddit survey. He wanted to know exactly the mind of a criminal and the psychology behind why people commit crime. So he wanted to understand the emotions and psychological traits that influence decision making when committing crime. Now, as part of the investigation, law enforcement obtained search warrants to determine cellular devices that utilize cell towers. So they picked up his phone. Remember, they had his number, 8458. So they picked up his phone, and they had the his phone pinging off at that location of the residence where the murders happened. So if your phone is pinging off at the location, your car is over there, your fingerprints is on the DNA on the knife that was used. You have a witness in the house that said that they saw someone with bushy eyebrows, white male, 6 feet tall. Yeah, it's pretty much a slam dunk case. They got all of the evidence, and they had this for a while. So I'm wondering now. Well, I'm assuming now why they did not want to release any evidence, because they didn't want to throw off Kohlberger, because it seemed like he was trying to be very careful after committing the murders and also before. But yeah, based on my training and experience, conversation with law enforcement, said it was bonus part of records. Okay, so they basically just used it. They called AT&T and they basically said, okay, run this number, check if this number was at this location. They checked the cell towers and they said, okay, yes, it was pinging at the location at this time. And that's how they get them. Boom. They're going to present that evidence in court. and they will be able to ping that his phone was pinging off at that location, his car was at that location, and we have an eyewitness who was in the house at the time of the murders. Okay, further review indicated that the 8458 phone utilized cellular resources on November 13th that are consistent with the 8458 phone leaving the area of Koberger residence approximately 9 a.m. and traveling to Moscow, Idaho. So they tracked his phone from the time that he left that day all the way to the time that he left Idaho after the murders. And this is the route that was taken based on his cellular device, so they could see exactly where he went. And you can see him over at Moscow, um, and then you could also see him over at Washington State. Um, so this is possibly the route that he took, and they got it all on this cellular device location. This is the possible route that he taken. So he went sort of like around like a U and went out. Okay, so now the records also indicate that so they're definitely gonna use this in court. So they're definitely gonna use the phone in court and use all of the body cam footage from the traffic stops. They have his license plate. They have an eyewitness. Um, guys, this is definitely a slam dunk case. I don't see how Kohlberger is getting out of this. I don't see how he could be innocent. Um, okay, so he went to Albertson's grocery store in Washington, and they said approximately 12:49. Um, the surveillance cameras show Kohlberger walk through the store, purchase unknown items at the checkout, and leave at approximately 1:04. And this is his path of travel. So he went around here, went through here, and this is all from the cellular device. He went to Albertsons and he bought some unknown items. Okay, on December 27, 2022. Now this is just recently, guys. Um, Pennsylvania agents they went through his trash. They went through Kohlberger's trash in Albertsville, Pennsylvania. Now, that evidence was sent to Idaho for state lab and testing, and they reported that the DNA profile obtained from the trash and the DNA profile from the knife identified a male as not being excluded as a biological father of suspect profile. And it was a 99%, at least 99% of the male population would be expected to be excluded from the possibility of being the suspect's biological father. So they found the evidence in his trash. They matched that up with the evidence of the knife, and it was a match, guys. So he's been issued an arrest warrant, charged with burglary and 4 counts of murder, 4 counts of first-degree murder of Madison, Kaylee, Xana, and Ethan. So, guys, this is to me, these charges are valid. To me, these charges are super valid. This is a slam dunk case, guys. Burglary. He entered a home that he wasn't supposed to be in. In Idaho, you cannot do that if you don't live at the home. You can't trespass, right? So burglary and then also first degree murder. We saw that on the body cam footage. Well, actually, not the body cam footage. We saw that his phone was pinging off at that time of the murder, and he also was at Washington State University before the murder. We saw that he purchased some items at Albertson. We saw that he was wearing all black. We saw that there was also a witness inside of the home who saw him and looked at him in his face as he walked past and went out the back sliding door. Now, guys, how scary is that? Right? So, this is a slam dunk case. I believe Idaho have the death penalty. I'm sure once we go to trial, I'm sure that they'll be pushing for the death penalty. But we'll see what happens, guys. You guys like this analysis of the affidavit? Yeah, we learned a lot of information. I am shocked right now about all of the information that we just discovered. But I would love to hear you guys' side, and please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll be back to make more videos like this as more information comes out. Thanks.